Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess. So let's get into it. All right, so this is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Wow, Tory Lanez driver finally provides witness statement, claims Kelsey grabbed the GUN and Tory tried to wrestle it from her when Meg was shot, but appeal court won't accept it as new evidence because Tory's legal team declined to call him as a witness during the shooting trial. So, neighbors, it looks like we're finally learning what Tory Lane's driver's testimony is. However, he won't be able to use it to support an appeal because a judge said he should have used it during the trial. According to new court documents submitted as part of Tory's appeal for his 10-year prison sentence, Tory's driver, Jaquan Smith, stated that Tory and Meg were arguing in the car on the night of the shooting, July the 12th, 2020. As I began to drive, Miss Pete started to fight with Mr. Peterson. They were going back and forth. I remember Mr. Peterson saying to Miss Pete, he was going to tell Miss Harris what was going on. I'm going to read, you know what? Let's read the documents. I have them right here. Let's just go over the documents. Let's go over what he submitted. Okay, here we go. So this is an affidavit of Jaquan Smith. I, Jaquan Smith, depose and state as follows. One, my name is Jaquan Smith. Is it Jaquan or Jaquan? Girl, we're going to call him Jaquan. And then they scratched out two. I don't know. I'm assuming that's their address. I don't know. I'm over the age of 18 years and I am fully competent to testify. Four, I have firsthand knowledge of the facts in question that took place on July the 12th, 2020. That is the basis of the above cited proceedings. Five, I was the driver and bodyguard of Mr. Daystar Peterson, who is better known as Tory Lanez. In July of 2020, Mr. Peterson has been known to me for 7 years. At the time of the incident, I had worked for Mr. Peterson for 3 years. He has not only been my employer, but I also consider him to be a close personal friend. Number six, on July the 12th, 2020, I was asked to drive Mr. Peterson to the home of Kylie Jenner, where Miss Megan Pete and Kelsey Harris were present. Mr. Peterson was at Miss Jenner's home for approximately 2 hours when I received a call to come pick up Miss Pete and Miss Harris. Number seven, Miss Pete, Miss Harris, and myself left Miss Jenner's home, but I was asked by Miss Pete to return because she stated that she had forgotten the shoe. Number eight, when we arrived at Miss Jenner's home at this time, Miss Harris stayed in the car while Miss Pete exited. Miss Pete did not enter the home at this time, as she went around the back to the pool area where Mr. Peterson was located. Number nine, both Miss Pete and Mr. Peterson returned to the car after a few minutes. Miss Pete was bickering, but I'm unsure of the exact words she was saying. She seemed upset. The four of us left Miss Jenner's residence. Number 10, as I began to drive, Miss Pete started to fight with Mr. Peterson. They were going back and forth. I remember Mr. Peterson saying to Miss Pete that he was going to tell Miss Harris what was going on. I do not remember what street, number 11. I do not remember what street we were on, but Miss Pete asked me to stop the vehicle. I did as she asked, and Miss Pete went to sit on a nearby bus stop. You know you mad when you just sit when you get out the car and sit at the bus stop, okay? Better catch a cab, get on that bus. I ain't got no time for you talking all that junk. Okay, that's old school Destiny's Child. Some of y'all too young to know about that. That's old school Destiny's Child. Get on the bus. Why Do Fools Fall in Love soundtrack. It's good. It's probably one of Destiny's Child's best songs. Okay. Mr. Peterson went and spoke with Miss Pete. After about 2 minutes, they returned to the car and I began driving again. Number 12, Miss Pete started the argument again, and Miss Harris asked what was going on. Mr. Peterson told her that he and Miss Pete had been dating and intimate. Miss Harris was upset by this as she and Mr. Peterson had been dating in the same manner prior to in a relationship with Miss Pete. Miss Pete and Mr. Harrison began fighting. Number 13, I pulled over to stop them. Miss Pete and Miss Harris got out of the vehicle and continued to fight, both verbally and physically. I broke up this fight and was pulling Miss Pete toward the back of the car. Number 14, I saw Miss Harris with a GUN in her hand. Mr. Peterson ran from behind Miss Pete and myself toward Miss Harris. Mr. Peterson and Miss Harris began struggling as Mr. Peterson tried to unarm Miss Harris. I was still pulling Miss Pete and did not see who shot the weapon. I was lucky I was not harmed, and in my opinion, Miss Pete was also fortunate. The whole incident happened so quickly within just a couple of minutes. Number 15, I wanted to present this evidence during Mr. Peterson's trial, but was prevented from doing so as the district attorney was not ready to cross-examine me, and they later did not call me due to the holidays in the court schedule. I believe I should have been allowed to present this evidence as trial. Respectfully submitted this 5th of December 2023 by Jaquan Smith, or Jaquan. The rest of the article goes, a few weeks ago, we reported that a California appeal court approved Tory to present new evidence. However, this statement from the driver wasn't approved as new evidence because Tory's lawyer declined to use him as a witness during the trial. In court documents, the appellate court told Tory that they knew what Smith's testimony would be when they decided not to use it and rested their case. Smith says he wanted to testify, but was told due to holidays, what I just read. So, girl, I don't know if this would have helped or not, but if they're saying that, if they're saying that this statement from the driver wasn't approved as new evidence because Tory's lawyer declined to use him as a witness during the trial, girl, y'all let me know what y'all think. I saw some people online saying, "See, this means that Tory is innocent." No, it doesn't. That's not what that means, because the driver said he didn't see who pulled the trigger. So I don't know. I don't know how you can say, if you read the document, it literally says, "I was still pulling Miss Pete and did not see who shot the weapon." So some people think. So I saw some people in the comments saying that they think that Tory was protecting Kelsey. So he was protecting Kelsey because he just knew he was going to get off and not go to jail. Is that what y'all are trying to say? Because at the end of the day, girls, somebody did it. And from what the people say, it was Tory. So do y'all want Tory and Kelsey to trade places? We're trading places. Girl, y'all want them to trade places? Anyways, child, let's go ahead and move on. Phaedra Parks is returning to The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16. Moving on. Now listen to this. Before we get into the alleged details of this story, trigger warning, okay? Anytime we pretty much talk about Diddy, just know there's a trigger warning probably attached. All right. Excuse me. So this is according to RadarOnline.com. So this is an exclusive. Diddy's ex accuses him of abuse from beyond the grave. Radar reveals explosive contents of Kim Porter's never-before-seen memoir, He Hit Me With a Chair. So Diddy's late ex-girlfriend Kim Porter detailed the alleged abuse she suffered at the hands of the disgraced producer who fathered 3 of her children in a never-before-seen memoir. A source whom wished to remain anonymous provided the document to RadarOnline.com and said it was found on Porter's long-lost flash drive. It was given to the informant by someone very close to Kim and Diddy and was written in the months leading up to her sudden death, the individual claimed. While we have unable to independently verify those claims, The 40-page manuscript, which we have reviewed, is filled with explosive anecdotes about the actress and model's time with the rapper born Sean John Combs. In one chapter, Porter wrote about how jealous the rapper's short fuse made her walk on eggshells, and recalled one instance where he allegedly sent her to the hospital after brutally beating her with a chair. Porter was 47. I was about to say 74. Porter was 47 years old when she died at her home in Los Angeles shortly after midnight on November the 15th, 2018, all unexpectedly. Okay. I added the unexpectedly. Let me shut up. The Los Angeles County medical examiner listed her manner of death as natural, and the cause pneumonia, a condition marked by inflammation and infection in the lungs. But unanswered questions surrounding her death have resurfaced as allegations of violent behavior stack up against Diddy, including by another one of his exes, Cassie Ventura, alongside a federal sex trafficking investigation. Users on social media have even suggested Porter's death may have been a move intended to prevent the release of the memoir she never finished, in which our source said she discussed Diddy's alleged involvement in the M word on the unaliving of Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur. Is it Tupac Shakur? Tupac Shakur. Tupac. Okay. For his part, Combs addressed the Tupac conspiracy theory in 2008. In an interview with allhiphop.com, he said, "The story is beyond ridiculous and completely false. Neither Biggie nor I had any knowledge of any attack before, during, or after it happened. It is a complete lie to suggest that there was any involvement by Biggie or myself." There have never been any criminal charges, indictments, or convictions against Combs related to the claims. Porter's father told Rolling Stone he was disgusted by a hotel surveillance video from 2016 obtained by CNN that showed the 54-year-old kicking and dragging Ventura, Cassie. He said it made him wonder whether his daughter suffered similar abuse during her 13-year relationship with the music mogul. Daddy, I'm not going to say nothing to you right now. Girl, what you mean it made you wonder? Don't let him go wonder. Don't let him go wonder. Girl, shout out to Nicole Ray. What's more, former Bad Boy rapper Mark Curry told Outlet of Porter's relationship with Diddy, "I remember Kim used to go through a lot of stuff. If you live around them, you get to see the toxic relationship. I think every relationship he had that I experienced around him was like that." Porter described the exchange that led to her hospital visit in the purported memoir obtained by Radar Online, writing, "We were supposed to go out to dinner, but he was in a foul mood. Sean yelled, 'What the F?' I would have to walk on eggshells as I came out of the bathroom, but I found him holding flowers. So I smiled. 'You brought me flowers.' Sean yelled, 'No. So who the F are they from?' I was bewildered and told him honestly, I don't know. Probably just a fan. He threw the attached card at me. I picked it up to read it. He slapped me so hard I hit the ground. Sean yelled, 'Who the F were you with the other night?' I looked down at the card that was lying next to me, and it read, 'The other night was amazing. We must do it again.'" According to the document, when she tried to explain, Combs threw the flowers at her and said, "That's not how this works. You have my child. You don't touch anyone unless I allow it." She wrote, "Diddy picked up my coffee mug and slammed it against the wall. Coffee flew everywhere as he yelled, 'What the F this ninja think he is? Who the F this ninja think he is?' While desperately trying to calm him down, Porter insisted it was just coffee with the producer. It was nothing. She explained they met up to discuss maybe me starring in another movie that he wants to produce. Sean exploded even more. He wants to put the move on my effing family at the top of his lungs. My effing family? He flipped the table over, breaking it. It was a heavy table, but Sean is stronger than he looks. I pleaded with him. Sean, please. He yelled at me, what? I tried my best to calm him down. He probably didn't know it didn't come up. Oh, girl, here we go. Pop-ups. Girl, I was in my reading bag, baby. Reading Rainbow. Okay. Hold up. Sorry, y'all. A pop-up came up. Girl, come on. Writing in the supposed manuscript, she said Diddy apologized and told her, I don't know what came over me. But she was afraid for her safety because they were in a private hospital room and no one would hear me. I could scream like my life depended on it, but it wouldn't matter. As she lay in the hospital bed, the musician allegedly said, I was just so jealous. You know how I am. You know how I am. I'm sorry. Baby, I promise I'll never put my hands on you again, I swear. She recalled thinking, I've heard this song one too many times. Porter then wrote she was concerned Diddy might lie and say she had a car accident, claiming he told her, they'll pity you that you hit your head. He was going to make me look crazy. They were going to believe him. He was a kingpin. Yet, she said, Combs spent the next 6 months helping me heal and working his way back into my life and into my bed. I'm thinking she put damn. I'm assuming they meant damn. I was so damn stupid, and of course I wasn't cast for either. Wait, I was so. I don't know. They blocked it out. I don't know. I was so stupid, and of course I wasn't cast for either movie. From what I understand, the producer died of pneumonia. Bitch. It was unclear when the alleged incident occurred, but Porter noted that Combs was publicly dating someone else at the time. Girl, that's a mess. I'll put the link to the article so if y'all want to read it, it's a little bit more of that. Y'all get what's going on. All right, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Good night.